Welcome to Motivational Moment. I'm Coach Rosa Smith-Montanaro, your training and workshop coordinator with RochesterWorks. It's my honor to meet with you, to share these coaching sessions with you weekly, short and concise little wonderful nuggets that motivate you and inspire you to take that step you need towards your goal. And usually it's around changing jobs, starting a new career path, starting a business. This applies to all of it. If you're going through something that's like a bump in life, that's what I'm here for. We are here to help you through it. And I really believe that what we're talking about can be transformative. You can use challenges in life like this to transform your life, to have the breakthrough you need, to really have a complete fresh start. And that's what this series is. New year, fresh start. So this week, we're going to talk about assessing and pivoting. We're going to wrap up our series with assessing and pivoting. And that means you have to stop and really look at, how are we doing? How is my progress coming along? Am I making some kind of progress? Do I see myself going in the direction of closer to where I want to be? Am I getting closer or am I going further away? And don't be afraid to adjust. You have to. If you don't see results, then we must adjust. So one of the things I want you to remember is we're measuring progress, and that's with little milestones. Like maybe, here's a good example. Maybe you used to be afraid to have conversations with people. So maybe you would get really nervous about having conversations with someone you just met. And maybe now you're having 3 or 4 conversations a week with people you've just met. And you're following up with them and you're connecting with them on LinkedIn. Major progress. Give yourself a hand. That's really good. So we measure all those things. It's not like, oh, I got 10 job offers, right? Or I sold the biggest thing ever. Now, timeline. Here's what I want you to remember. You don't change your outcome. If your desire, your intention is to, start a new job, right? And you need a job. Let's say you're not gainfully employed, and the goal, the intention was starting a new job, right? That is something that is going to be healthy for you, that you feel like you're making a positive impact, and it's going to be beneficial to your family. We don't dismiss that. We might change our timeline. Maybe your timeline is going to change, but your outcome does not change. You may pivot it. Maybe there's another way to meet that goal, that outcome, that desire. But so the timeline is going to be a little flexible sometimes. We have to understand that that's part of the process. Very important. Expect things to take time, and that you are going to have to learn how to pivot. Expect that. It's how you learn. It's a learning process. This is a whole new era we're in, a whole different time. Of all the years I've been doing this, 20 years, this is very unique. We're going into a whole new way of doing things. So we all have a learning curve, but we are mastering it. This too shall pass. You will look back on it, and this will become something that you've surpassed. So yeah, I'm going to recap. I want you to measure your progress. I want you to adjust if needed. I want you to look at your timeline, right? And you may need to tweak the timeline, but you don't necessarily change your desired outcome, what you really want, your intention that we started with. You very likely may need to pivot, and that's okay. Pivoting means I may have to try this job for a while as I continue to work towards that job. That's a pivot. Expect this to be a process. Expect it and learn from it, right? And the last thing I'm going to share with you is share what you've learned with others. Use your learning as something that you can share with others for the greater good, right? When we give to others, when we contribute to someone else's well-being, we really do feel happier. We really feel like we've contributed. And that's what we want. We want to belong to something greater than ourselves. And so if you could say to yourself, this is going to serve me in many positive ways. I may not be sure 100% right now, but I know it will. And I'm going to use this to help others. I share so much with you, so much. Like what I just shared with you in 10 minutes. I do these little things in less than 10 minutes. Can I tell you, I've probably invested 6 figures in my training, my education, my learning. I couldn't possibly charge you what it costs me to learn what I've learned. Not to mention the failed attempts all these years, the times I fell flat on my face, the times I've lost a certain amount of money, the times things that didn't work the way I wanted. You can't even assess a dollar value to that. But I've taken all that and I've turned it around and I share it with you so that you don't have to get half of, hopefully, a fraction of some of that disappointment, some of that kind of beaten down feeling. That's why I'm your guide, and I'm so fortunate to be your guide. I really am. I don't take that lightly. It means the world to me. So I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to see you in some of our workshops. Just like our page, subscribe to our channel, share the video. We have this on showing up in multiple places, and we'd love for you to share it. You know, we're here to make the world a better place, and we're here. It's not just our community; it's one another. I'm here to support all of you, and it's okay to pivot. It's okay to assess and say, may not be working. I may need to take a little bit of a shift here. We're all doing it. It's okay. I very deeply am grateful to get to share this with you. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you again next week for our next series. Take care, my friends.